2 men, dressed in suits, dead on a hillside, their eyes covered by homemade lead masks, and a cryptic note that simply read, "Be at the specified place at 4:30. Take capsules. Await signal." This isn't a science fiction film. It happened in Brazil. To this day, no one can explain why. August 20th, 1966. On the slopes of hill, just outside Rio de Janeiro, a young man flying a kite stumbled upon a strange sight. 2 bodies lying side by side in the grass. Both men were neatly dressed in matching suits, covered by raincoats, and most unusual of all, each wore a lead mask, the kind you'd expect a welder to use, shielding their eyes but nothing else. Police rushed to the scene. Near the bodies, investigators found an empty water bottle, 2 wet towels, and a notebook containing only a few cryptic lines. No signs of struggle, no weapons, no obvious cause of death. The men were identified as Manuel Pereira de Cruz and Miguel Viana. Both were electronics technicians from a small town outside Rio. Friends described them as smart, disciplined, and fascinated by science, but also obsessed with spiritualism, UFOs, and the possibility of contacting life beyond Earth. According to their families, the 2 men left town saying they were buying materials for their work. Instead, they traveled to Rio with about 3 million cruzeiros in cash, a decent sum at the time. They bought raincoats, the lead sheets used to fashion the masks, and a bottle of water. Hours later, they were dead. Investigators pieced together a rough timeline. On August 17th, the men left their hometown. That afternoon, they purchased waterproof raincoats from a local shop. Then, at around 2:30 p.m., they bought a bottle of water from a vendor near Hill. Witnesses recall Miguel seemed anxious, constantly checking his watch. They climbed the hill as storm clouds rolled in. By nightfall, they were gone. The strangest clue was the notebook entry. Translation, it read, 16:30 B at the specified location. 18:30 ingest capsules. After effect, protect metals. Await signal mask. No capsules were found at the scene. Toxicology reports were delayed, meaning any drugs in their systems had already broken down by the time tests were run. The trail had gone cold. So what really happened? One theory is that the men were conducting a ritual experiment. They believed taking psychedelic substances would help them make contact with extraterrestrials or communicate with the dead. The lead masks, some say, were meant to shield their eyes from blinding visions or even radiation during the encounter. Another theory points to foul play. Why were there no capsules found at the scene? Did someone trick them into taking poisoned substances? Some locals whispered about a scammer targeting spiritualists with promises of secret knowledge. A third theory is more mundane: accidental overdose. The men ingested a hallucinogen, collapsed, and died. But if it were simply an accident, why the elaborate preparations? The raincoats, the masks, the precise instructions. To understand the strangeness of this case, you need to see it in context. In 1960s Brazil, belief in UFOs and spiritualism was widespread, especially among amateur scientists. These Warren T. fringe lunatics, they were part of a growing subculture convinced that technology could bridge the gap to the unknown. To their families, Manuel and Miguel weren't just technicians. They were dreamers, reaching for something bigger, something beyond the ordinary. Their deaths remain unsolved. No definitive cause was ever identified. The masks now sit in police archives, strange relics of an unfinished story. 2 men climb a hill. They prepare for a signal. They put on their masks, and then silence. Were they victims of a hoax? Seekers of the unknown? Did they glimpse something on that hill we'll never understand? The only certainty is this: Manuel and Miguel believed they were on the edge of discovery. Instead, they left us one of the strangest mysteries in modern history: the case of the lead masks.